What's going on, everybody? I hope you can hear me. You can't hear me. They're drilling on a bridge. Thank you. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? So here I am in Derry, Maine, but it's actually Port Hope, Ontario. It's gonna start up again. Oh. All right. Yeah, sure, why not? Now you. Making a fuck.
I know you gonna dig this.
I guess I must be your friend too.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? So here I am in Derry, Maine, which is actually Port Hope, Ontario, doing the filming locations for a movie featuring one of my favorite horror characters of all time. It's not you. You're my favorite, but it's put it down. It's Pennywise. I'm sorry. You'll be in the. I'm gonna get to you later. I'm gonna get to you later in the year. More reviews coming. Okay, go to your lake. Go to your lake. So Canadian. Jason's wearing a toque. Doing the film locations for It Chapter 2 here in Port Hope, all over Ontario. This is gonna be long. Let's go. So right there is where the fun fair would have been set up. Right there, here in Derry, Maine. And Adrian and Dawn, the couple, come right along this bridge. And they're followed by a group of homophobic townies. And when they're on the bridge, you see that plaque. The plaque says Ryan Reynolds Bridge. Wait, James Reynolds Bridge. Well, it's Canada. I assume it's Ryan Reynolds Bridge. Right here. Onto this bridge. So he's beating up Adrian right here. That stupid little kid wants his beaver hat and takes it. Out of my shot. All right here on this bridge. And Adrian is thrown over the bridge right here. Into this water, which is rushing a lot faster. They may have shot it in the spring, I'm guessing. Or they CGI'd the water to make it look a lot more like, well, a heavier flow, so to speak. Because there ain't nothing going on here but dead fish and Canadian geese. And I prefer dead fish to Canadian geese. I see you. So it's hard to get down in here, that's what she said. But right here is where they did the shots with Dawn running down into the water. I really don't think I want to get to, oh, this goose poop. Right here. And if I turn the camera around, it's hard to tell, but you can see a bit of that building in the background behind Dawn as he's trying to save Adrian from the water. And Pennywise is right across there. Now, I believe they CGI'd those steps that Pennywise is on because there's no steps here. And that's the only thing that makes sense to me. So when the Losers Club comes back to Derry, when they reform, this is where they stay. Now here's the outside of it. The interior was shot in Hamilton, somewhere else. Hamilton's about 2 hours from here. So, right behind me, that's Scottish Rite Club here in Hamilton, Ontario. This is really far from where I was in Port Hope. But this is where they shot the interiors for the hotel. Now, as you can see, there's trucks everywhere. Well, there's one there, but they're all in the other parking lot. They're filming here something called Frankie Drake Mysteries. So, the people who even run the place have gone. It's just the crew here. And of course, I can't go inside. But will I come back another day and try to get inside? I'm gonna try. If not, I'll just insert some pictures. Because it looks like they rent this place out a lot for filming. I'll show you, look. You see the lights set up outside. Big tent around it. All this stuff. Can't even get any good shots of the building. But all around back, it's all the trucks. Like 1 million trucks for a Canadian TV show. Who knew? I thought it'd just be one guy in a minivan shooting it. But no, apparently they got a lot of lights and stuff. All right, on to the next. And that's that. Right here, yeah. Why is the cop waving to me? I'm pointing. Hello. It's nice. Okay. Yeah, here. And I'll take you around back, show you where Bill Hader ran down adult Richie, ran down the fire escape. So Bill Hader runs right out of here, right down that stairwell. Let me go a little closer. Right out there, down those steps, into the parking lot. Want to see the parking lot? Well, you're going to see it. You don't have a choice. Well, you can stop watching. Don't. So Bill Hader, when he's like, I'm out of here, when he does not want to be part of the Losers Club, he does not want anything to do with Pennywise anymore, comes right down here. See those windows in the background? And his car is parked right about here. Now, I'm going to be going back and forth during scenes. Like, I'm going more in order of just walking around the town than other scenes. So out of order in the movie. But this is about halfway through the movie when he decides to leave. Right here. Bill Hader, my favorite. So, here at Port Hope, I've done, I think, 4 or 5 videos regarding it. The first one. I'll put links to those below. So a lot of these locations I'm doing somewhat again. There's a lot of new ones. But this one was in the first one as well. This is the pharmacy. And of course, Eddie comes back here as an adult. This is it right here. So I'm going to show you some on the first one as well. And I did miss some in the first one. How, after I did 4 videos or 5 videos, how I missed locations, I don't know what I did. But right here is the pharmacy. So right here, this is inside the pharmacy. Would have been set up right about here. Looks a lot different. It's I'm not exactly sure what kind of store this is, but it's really cool. And people are very nice to let me film inside here. And there's a doorway in the background where it would have went downstairs. And then when they do a reverse shot, this wouldn't have been here. There would have been aisles set up, but you can see the director of the film. That's a little cameo. There's a couple of cameos in this film, and that's one of them. And when Eddie's leaving the shop, you can see that in the background. Scotiabank, which is a Canadian bank. You can see that sign there. A little CanCon. That stands for Canadian Content. This message brought to you by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. You're welcome. Blame Canada. So yeah, this was the store from part 2. And did you know, and I think you probably know, that it's Stephen King is the man that's working behind the counter. You must know that. Stop with the noise. So the bike would have been right in that window right there. And they're even doing pictures with Pennywise by the butcher door, Quality Meats, which is just around the corner. I'll show you that. Bill rides his bike by it in the movie. Let's take a look inside. They are closed. And there's people working in the background, and they're just doing like a disinfectant thing. So I'm just gonna take some pictures through the window. They're very sweet. And if you're ever in Port Hope, stop by. They got some really cool stuff inside. I got to take a look. But yeah, they're just disinfecting the whole place. So I have to come back later and I won't be here, but we'll just do it through the window. So Stephen King would have been set up right at the back there, right in that archway. Kind of the second one, I guess. And Bill buys back his old bike. Bill buys back his old bike. Right there. So this is my friend Vanessa, who played Jason, and was helping me film. Vanessa, explain to me exactly what you just said.
Okay, so we have a couple Karens around here asking us what our purpose is. So Scott has a very good purpose being here for his YouTube channel, but you know, nosy, small town Ontario.
Creepy little kids doing what?
Ring around the rosy.
Singing it by themselves as they walk by us.
So,
holding iPhone 11s.
Eyes on the back of your head around here, you never know.
Keep your head on a swivel in Port Hope, Ontario. It's a nice town, but it's a little creepy. It's a little bit creepy. Bev's apartment, of course, where she goes back. Meets the elderly lady who tells her that her father has died. The elderly lady turns into something. And oh my gosh, the movie almost lost me at that point, but I kept on going. I did like it. All right, here's the alleyway from it. You can see the movie theater, the Capitol in the background, which at the end of the movie is showing Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5. But when I did the locations for Part 1, I totally forgot to do the butcher door. Makes no sense. But it's shown in part 2 as well when Bill's riding his bike. Right here. Bill comes right along here, past this mural, past this old door right here. That's Quality Meats. Of course, featured in the first one. And then rides his bike down this alley, and you can see the Capitol Theater all the way in the background. You see at the very end of the film, after, spoiler alert, they win just by shouting clown at him 2 or 3 times. That seemed to do in Pennywise. But after they jumped into the lower gorge, cleaned themselves off. Oh, Eddie didn't make it, by the way. A lot of spoilers. I should have said at the beginning. Oh, well. Walking right up the street right here. Right in front of the old theater. The Capitol. There it is. Let's go and see what we can show you inside. So all those shots of the kids when they were younger. Richie talking to the other boy, and then Henry Bowers threatening him. And then later on, Richie is an adult. All shot in here. There you go. I don't know what's happening on September 18th, 2021, but let's all be here. Let's all meet here. Not 27 years from now. Let's all meet September 18th, 2021. I promise I'll be here. So the alleyway is right there, straight ahead. You can see... I'm sorry, minivan. Keep it rolling. Go pick your kids up. Soccer's over. Oh boy. All right. Go pick up your lumber. Go kidnap someone. Whatever you're gonna do in your black pickup. Out of the shot. Keep it moving, townie. Right there where that car just passed. That's the alleyway. And there's the theater. So, in it, chapter 2, Richie comes right back here to the old bandstand in the park where Paul Bunyan's statue is right where I'm standing. And in the background, you see this building, which is actually Port Hope's library. But the building over here, which is Port Hope, like the town center, they use that as a library. It says library right on it. Why wouldn't you just use that as a library if it says library right on it? It doesn't make any sense to me. Look at the bandstand. So that bandstand is here permanently. That was not part just here for the movie. It's right here. These kids are having a pizza party. I'm gonna go get some. What are they gonna do? There's 8 of them. I can take, probably 2 of them I could take at once. Oh, they'd all beat the crap out of me. I'm gonna take you up on the gazebo, but I want to show you underneath. There's a football. I've never seen a football in Canada before. Why isn't there a puck? Ladies and gentlemen, Ben from the first one. So I pretty much just made a loop around the city. Right over there is the bridge, and right over there is where the fun fair would have been set up. And this was the library. And they did not use this for the interiors. That was shot somewhere else, at the U of T. At U of T. And I'm not going back to U of T because it's all closed up because of COVID. And I've been there enough for Tommy Boy. Black Christmas. I keep going back there. Billy Madison, I think I was there for. I don't even know anymore. But yeah, this is the library.
I guess I must be your friend too.
And here we are at the baseball. Here we are at the baseball. Okay, remember in the film, go Derry, go Derry, go. The baseball thing. Vicky, the kid, she has a little thing on her face. Poor little girl. Watching baseball with her mom, and then Pennywise entices her to go underneath the bleachers. Shot right here at this exact one. This baseball diamond. Sorry, I'm used to hockey terms. But the number 5 that's visible is still here, right here. Look. So the number 5 is there. So they would have used these ones. I matched up the angles. She would have been sitting right up about here. And what I'm thinking that they did is, because these are the same bleachers they were sitting on, but then they switched to other ones to make it big enough for her to be down below where Pennywise is. One poof, and I'll blow it all away. It's a bad Pennywise. But yeah, she gets down off the bleachers. See this in the background. And I thought, well, which one is it? Is it that one over there? Which baseball diamond? I knew it was these baseball diamonds, but which one? But then I thought, well, you see those in the background. And you see a little sewer, not used in the film. But you do see it in the background. Right here, there's one. Right there, over there. They use different angles than I do, of course. And you see that other baseball diamond in the background all lit up. Vicky, that is what your friends call you, right? I kind of sound like an old British woman, not Pennywise. I'm doing my best. And one poof, and I'll blow it all away. One poof. Vicky, that is what your friends call you, right? Yes, Vicky. Right, Vicky? Oh, Vicky. Vicky. Rest in peace, Vicky. Big ups. So right behind me, that's the high school from chapter 1 and 2. Now it's a convent. When I did chapter 1, I came out here and I went in and they told me I couldn't film, unfortunately. Then I accidentally left my camera on. Funny enough, it just happened again. I went in, tried to turn around because I realized I was on the wrong street, making a wrong turn, but my camera was rolling. I didn't mean for that to happen. Here's what the high school looks like. This camera just stays on when I don't want it to. So it's a little dark now, but that's okay because this scene takes place at night. This is when they all come back to Derry. They decide to go to a restaurant called Jade of the Orient. And Jade of the Orient is actually a Mandarin restaurant. Now you might be asking yourself, what is a Mandarin restaurant? What is Mandarin? If you're from Southern Ontario, you know Mandarin. There's a whole, you know what, I'm not gonna go into the history of Mandarin. It's a Chinese buffet, it's good food, it's a lot of food, and there's a bunch of them. There's one like everywhere. It's a chain. They're everywhere. But the building's right here, and they filmed inside as well. And of course, COVID's on, so indoor dining is closed. That didn't stop me. We're gonna go inside. I'm gonna show you where they filmed inside as well. And here's the outside of it. So right there, would have said Jade of the Orient, right there. And of course it says Mandarin there, but they got rid of that for the film. Then the parking lot scenes take place right where I'm standing. I can see it, can you? Right here. Oh yeah. This is where all those scenes were shot. Those fortune cookies, that's where they kind of lost me. I gotta be honest, when the fortune cookies popped open and all the little things started crawling, I was like, oh, come on. What is happening? And then it reeled me back in. And Bill Hader has a confrontation with the kid who's just a fan inside. Oh, and they also find out that Eddie just couldn't cut it. Guess Eddie couldn't make the cut. Very cool. Bill Hader, Richie, right here. Well, the whole cast was, but I'm a Bill Hader fan, so knowing he was right here is really cool. Look in Toronto. So when Bill buys the bike from Stephen King, that store's in Port Hope, he rides through the streets of Derry, but then it actually switches to Toronto. Back to Bill's old house, which is right in front of me, right here. And he reminisces about the day Georgie went missing. You'll float too. I don't think you did, Georgie. I don't think you did. Right there, that's his house. So Bill would have been right about here. And you do see some of these houses in the background. You see that house, and you see the one with the green on it there behind him. Not the greatest angles, and all the parking's on one side of the street because there's construction. And if you look there, he stops his bike right about here because you can see that gnarly tree in the background. These two houses right there. So of course, in the film, there's a stop sign behind me. Right across the street here, that's where the actual street sign would have been that said Jackson and Witcham. It's Springmount Street. Springmount Street. Stop it, truck. A file of... Doesn't matter. This house you see a lot behind me in the shots. Bill, being the busybody that he is, has to come back to the sewer from chapter 1, where his brother Georgie goes into the sewer. He's gone. Pennywise gets him. That's what sets it in motion, right? 27 years later, he's still on it. Well, I guess it's his brother, but still. I mean, you go back to the sewer and he falls for it again. He goes in, it switches to young Bill. Well, you've seen him. It switches back to young Bill. He's convinced Georgie's down there. Then it switches back to older Bill. Then the skateboard kid who lives in Bill's old house, he comes along. He hears noises in the drain when he's taking a bath or a shower, whatever the hell he's doing. Or from the toilet. You hear noises in the toilet. Well, you may have gastrointestinal problems. Look, it was all shot here. But this sewer, now, I've said this before. The sewer does not exist, but they did take a chunk out to build, because there's sewers underneath, of course. Houses, the streets. So that's how they got those shots. But this was not an actual sewer. And we don't really have a lot of those types of sewers in Toronto now. A lot of people said, yes, we do, Scott. Yes, we do. They wrote in the comments. I said, well, I never see them. I only see the regular type of sewers. Well, if I could show you one, I could show you one. But it turns out there is one that kind of looks like one. So I'm kind of half right, half wrong. Let's say I'm right. Okay, here. Okay, so look. This is not the sewer. But the back there, kind of see how they do have... So maybe there are parts of Toronto that have those old style sewers, but we have sewers like this. But here, right here, this is the sewer from it. This is what they cut out. This is how they did it. Now I thought before maybe they CGI'd it, but no, they cut out a piece, and I guess they went inside to get those shots. Because the sewer would run all the way along here, right? I'm not an urban planner. But I assume that's how they did it, because it was not green screened or CGI. It was, something got down inside there. Now it's all sealed up again. But look, you see the wooden board. There you go. All shot right here. And since I'm doing it, I gotta get the full experience. Flip it around, Scott. Flip it around. So when Richie leaves, here we are back in Toronto. He drives through the town of Derry, Port Hope, then switches to Toronto, and he stops in front of this synagogue and remembers Stanley's speech. He was in the audience. That speech really is what, to me, encompasses like the It films. That speech by Stanley is so incredible. What he's saying, it's very Stephen King. It's very Stand By Me. It's just got that. I love that part. So it really, because I didn't love the second one as much as I love the first one, but that speech is just amazing. And all happened right in here. It is closed. There's no way of getting in, especially during COVID right now. But yeah, so right here, it still looks the exact same, except for the board that's missing that they had outside with the services that said Stanley's bar mitzvah. that's gone, but otherwise it looks the exact same. You can see right here, the board would have been right about there, but that's the same white brick mailbox light. All of it's the same. Very cool. So right behind me, that's Henry Bauer's house. It's in It Chapter 1, and it's in It Chapter 2. In It Chapter 1, he kills his father in the house. In Chapter 2, they have a flashback scene where he walks up the driveway, the police arrest him. Oh, Henry. Oh, Henry. And yeah, I'm gonna show you that driveway right now. Now, it is a private property. The homeowners are so gracious to me, they reached out to me, let me film there about 2 months ago. All on the property inside. I'll put a link below to that, probably to all my It videos. And yeah, it's, like I said, it's private property, so it's not open to the public. If you're ever driving by, if you know where it is, you can take a picture from the street or a video or something that you like, but you can't go on the property. Yeah, but I was so excited and so thankful to the owners, and I'm excited to show you it. All right, let's go. Yeah, Henry walks right down the street. He's coming right towards us and goes up this driveway to the old familiar Bowers house. And they would have been bringing his father right down the veranda, the porch, right from here. And he gets arrested. Henry, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it? Right there. So finally, here we are at the climax of the film. They have to go back to Pennywise's house. All they have to do is yell, "Clown, clown, clown." But Bill Hader has a line, Richie. He's reminded of what he had. So here we are back. So finally, to end it all, here we are back. I've been here before for Chapter 1. This is the site of Pennywise's house. All right, so this is it. Finally, we're at the end of the film, but actually this scene takes place 50 minutes before the end. The climax. Notice I've never said that word too many times. All right, it takes place right here. Bill's about to go inside the house, and the rest of the gang come along, and they say, "We have to go in there with you." And of course, Bill Hader, Rich says, what did I have to say again? What did I say last time? Oh yeah, let's kill this fucking clown. Sorry, he says it. And they go right in the house. Now, the house was built twice. First for It Chapter 1, then they tore it down. Then Chapter 2, tore it down. Light post that was there in that scene, it was put in just for the film. I've talked to the neighbors in the area. But right behind me, you see this, and here's where the house would have stood. So as you can see, it's a whole lot of nothing. Nothing left. But it was right here. So Bill, not Bill Hader, Bill the character would have driven along right here on his bike, and he stops and drops the bike right over here, and these same cracks are in the road. You can see that part there. This has been repaved, but you can see it's so dark, but you can see the difference in the cement there in the film. It's just so dark. But these same cracks where he drops his bike right here, and the street light was put right there. All right, from the grounds of Pennywise's house, that's it. Finally, It Chapter 2 is done. And yeah, so I think I got pretty much every location. I'm probably gonna find like 2 or 3 more that I missed. I'll probably do an It Chapter 2 Part 2. Because I did It Chapter 1, Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm confused too. All right. Peace out.